All right, Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, Kahalayim La Yahweh. Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostle, the great millstone. Peace and mercy to the election. Peace and mercy to the elect. Peace and mercy to the true believers that worship the Father in spirit and truth. And yeah, just a message, man. Like the video says, a message to you enemies of the Lord, enemies of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and enemies of this truth, and enemies of the prophets as well too, because what you have to understand is that the Lord is dealing with men on the earth. All right. And as we get closer and closer to the end, the more and more is going to be revealed who is the Lord's elect, who is the Lord's chosen, who is the Lord actually dealing with, man. And you do not want to make an enemy out of the Lord, nor one of his men. All right. You do not want to make an enemy out of the Lord or of one of his men. And you cannot fight against the will of the Lord. Let me say that too. You cannot fight against the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay. So let me just put that out there. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Scripture say whatever weapon formed against thee shall not prosper. This does not apply to every single Israelite. All right. This truth is only for the elect. All right. And the Lord is only going to protect his elect, those who he chose out of the world. So each and every one of you out there that make an enemy out of one of the Lord's elect, that goes in there, disrespects them, makes their life harder, just does all kind of manner of abomination, betrayal, lies, all kind of shit, right? The Lord is going to get these people that have fucked with you, that have did you dirty, that was dishonest with you, that was just wicked, man, right? Like, your co-workers, your co-workers, maybe women that you dealt with, you know what I mean? Teachers from school, that did you dirty, fucked you over, maybe a wicked parent, father or mother, whatever the case may be. The Lord is going to recompense all of these people that have done you dirty, that have did wickedness to you, man. All right, and the reason why I'm doing this, land back again off of this very same topic is because the other night I was doing a lesson, man. I was doing a lesson about all liars should have their part in the lake of fire. And what really confirmed things through the spirit, I went into the bathroom after the lesson was over. I went into the bathroom. The light never flickers. All right. I've been there every other night, you know what I'm saying? I've turned the light switch on thousands of times and the light never flickers. And I got done doing the video. I threw up some curses, man. Right? I threw up some curses. I was through I was hot doing a lesson, right? And what happened? What ended up happening? What ended up happening? The goddamn light switch was it wouldn't stop moving. It was like shh, the lights, man, they were like flickering on and on. Ever since that night, the light hasn't flickered, man. You could say it was a technical malfunction, or you look too deep into it. Nah, the Spirit of the Lord was confirming that the Lord is with us, man. The Lord is with us, and He speaks to you in various ways, man. It was like the spirit that was on me that night was so powerful. It was messing with the electricity in the house, man. All right, and the Lord shows you signs that He's with you, man. The Lord will remove people that are not supposed to be there in your life. Lord, get rid of them niggas. The Lord will remove wickedness out of your life, man. The Lord will get rid of these things, man. But like I said, man, after I did that video, man, the spirit was so heavy that I stepped in there. The electricity in the bathroom was just like, it was just crazy. The spirit of the Lord was just on me so heavily that the lights just damn near turned off, man, on its own. Without me even having to touch the switch and nothing like that, man. It was I can't record it. I couldn't record it. I didn't have my phone on me, whatever the case may be. But that actually happened, man, and that's a small scale thing, right? But it was very spiritual. I was in the spirit. I was hot. I was just cursing out the wicked, cursing out the evil, cursing out all. Revelation 21:8 says that the unbelieving, the unfaithful, the sorcerers, homemongers, abominable, and all liars shall have their part in the lake of fire, man. So after I did that lesson, man, the goddamn light was just flickering, man. It was just on and on, off and off and on, and just like it was like the spirit, man. The spirit of the Lord was there, and it was upon me, And Lord willing, it never leaves, man. But it was a crazy moment, man. And I'm sure you guys have similar situations or whatever the case may be, but that was just mine, at that time. Okay, so a stern message to any and every single one of you that's against the prophets, that's against the men of the Lord, that that talk shit, that come up, and disrespect the names of the Father and the Son, that come up and do evil to the Lord's men. You're gonna get dealt with, man. Right now, we might not be able to deal with you, in a carnal sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, we might not be able to put you under the judgment. You could do whatever you feel like right now, but it's gonna come a point in time where the Lord Yahawashi is gonna judge you for what you've done. All right, He's gonna judge you for what you've done. Up to all of us. All right, but especially you niggas that are evil. That do wickedness to His elect. That's like somebody doing evil to one of your sons. Let's say your son, man, your firstborn. Because that's who the elect are. The first fruits, right? Those are the most beloved of, your only son. You only got one son, and they tell you that somebody's bullying them at school. So one of the teachers was trying to touching on your kid or some shit like that. You're gonna go down there as a loving father, and you're gonna handle the situation however you're gonna handle it, right? But you're gonna go in there and step in on behalf of your son because your son can't defend himself. He's not man enough. He's scared. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know how to properly deal with a situation, right? So you, as being a father, you're gonna have to step in on behalf of your son, and that's what the Lord's gonna do for us. All right, that's what the Lord's gonna do for us. We have no power. We have no might in our hands. We can't pay back these people for what they've done to us a lot of the times, right? So that's why the Lord said, vengeance is mine, I will repay. All right. So sometimes we can't always take matters into our own hands. We can't take matters into our own hands as we want to right now, right? That's why the Lord said, "In your patience, possess your souls," because it's going to come a point in time where the Lord is going to make the patience of the Most High not be frustrated anymore, man. The scriptures speak about the patience of the godly. Okay, because we want our vengeance too. We're also, just because we're in this truth doesn't mean that, what I'm saying, we don't see the shit that happens and we just let everything fucking slide and all this different shit. Turn the other cheek. Just turn the other cheek, brother. The scriptures say turn the other cheek, of course. But that doesn't mean that the Lord's not going to recompense, man. Okay? That does not mean that the Lord's not going to recompense. I'm just waiting for my phone to turn on. I forgot I had it turned off. Well, I pulled the scripture up. But, yeah, man, the Lord's going to recompense all your enemies, man. Even your family members that are fucking come up against you, maybe nigga try to get you fired, did you dirty, man. If you truly believe in His word, if you one of the Lord's elect, the Lord's anybody that messes with you, man, they better hope and pray for their own life, man, because the Lord is not playing around when it comes to His elect, especially one of the prophets, especially one of His elect, one of his men that He sent out there to do His will, that He knew from the foundation of the world. The Lord's not gonna acquit nobody that does some wickedness to you. So this is another reason why we rest at ease, man. Because we know that the Lord's with us, man. Yeah, like I said it, yeah, the Lord's with us, man. The Lord's not with you fucking clowns in the world. The Lord's with his men. All right, starting with the prophets, the teachers, the elders, the apostles. You know, the men that's laboring and stuff. The Lord's with us, man. Even though it doesn't seem like it. And right now, all this shit and this and that. Y'all ain't nobody in this world. Blah blah blah. Fuck all that shit. Fuck all that shit, man. The Lord is with us, man. The Lord's not with fucking Donald Trump and these Edomites. The Lord's not with 21 Savage and Drake and all these fucking niggas, man. The Lord's not with these people that are prospering in this world. The Lord's not with these millionaires, billionaires, and all this. The Lord's with the meek and the lowly, the ones that are really suffering and sacrificing their lives for Him. That's what we're doing. We're hazarding our lives. We've given up houses, wives, careers, man. Fucking careers, living good, luxurious lives, in order to what? Receive Yahawashi. In order to get something greater than what the fuck it is that they can offer you here. And that takes great faith. That takes great determination. That takes great that takes great boldness, man. Okay, that's not something simple that any just average man can do. Okay, because you got the cares of this life, you got the cares of this world, you got public opinion, you got your own flesh, you got family, you got women, you got all these different things that you got to overcome. All right, so it's not a small thing to be involved in this truth. So the Lord's gonna recompense us, man. All right, but all the enemies of the Lord are gonna be dealt with, man. All right, all the enemies of the Lord are gonna be dealt with, man. They're all gonna be dealt with. They're all going to suffer their judgment. All right, they're all gonna get what's coming to them. Okay, Scripture saying in Ecclesiastes 8:11, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, the hearts of the sons of men is fully set in them to do wickedness, to do evil. All right, they don't care what they do, because right now they're getting away with the shit that they're doing. But it's only going to last so long before the Lord comes down here, or send His Son down here. Matter of fact, to recompense judgment, to set the record straight. All right, to set the record straight, man. All right, so fear not, man. You fear not. Right now, these fucking people, they do what they do. They talk shit, whatever, man. It's frustrating, but just know that we're gonna have the last laugh. All right, the Israelite man is gonna have the last laugh, and starting with the elect, those who the Lord is dealing with. Okay, those are gonna be the ones that the Lord is gonna have mercy on. Those are gonna be the ones that the Lord is dealing with. Those are gonna be the ones that the Lord raises up. All right, as His kings, as His priests. Okay, as His rulers, because we're gonna rule the planet Earth. All right, we're gonna rule you people, you other nations. We're gonna rule the nations. We're gonna judge. We're gonna sit on throne judging the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Okay. And then, if the Lord allows, we're gonna go other places and establish the lift the banner of Jerusalem across the whole of the universe, man. Okay, because the Lord said, "My Father's house are many mansions. If it was not so, I would not tell you." The Lord is really dealing with us like that, man. And it's going to be made evident very soon that the Lord is with us, man. When He raises up that standard, when He takes down this devil, when He destroys America. Okay, He's going to clean up His namesake, which is Israel. He's going to clean up His woman. All right, and we're going to be married unto the Lord again. All right, we're going to be married unto the Lord again, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. And all you niggas that's contrary to this, you're going to suffer, man. gonna pay a grievous price, man. Okay, because you've done what? You 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 have offended the Lord's little ones, and that's not a small thing, man. To offend the Lord's little ones, man. You have no faith. You don't believe. You're anti Yahawashi. You know, the same guys that are offending you right now, the same guys that are talking shit, the same guys that are running around there trying to pop your woman. You know, running around there trying to cause confusion and talk shit about this and that. The same ones that are doing all this madness and shit are the same ones that are going to be suffering very soon. They're going to be suffering on a real heavy scale, man. They're going to be suffering, man. Okay, they're going to be suffering on a major level, man. They're going to be suffering on a major scale, man. You know, like assholes like that guy, man. These fucking guys, man. You're in traffic and they'll try to murder you. They'll try to kill you just because you're driving, a normal speed, man. You know, they try to cut you off. They try to rob you. They try to do all kind of shit to you, man. They try to shoot you because just all kind of manner of wickedness, man. You know, the scriptures say, touch not mine anointed, nor do my prophets no harm. You know, that's what it says. Okay. But as it always been, Jake, our people are not very much concerned with the scriptures. They're not concerned with the truth. They don't give a damn about no truth. They don't care about the truth. Neither do they care about the Lord or his son. So that's why they don't move with no fear. That's why they feel like they can say and do whatever the hell they please, all right, to us, man. You know, they say and do and act and believe that they could say and do whatever they want to us, and there's gonna be no consequences. Well, they're sadly mistaken, man. Sadly mistaken, man. All right. Sadly mistaken, man. And the Lord's gonna show you pretty soon. You know, you don't want to listen to us. You don't want to take heed to us. You know. Even the Lord said, He said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Right? Because they was talking shit to Yahawashi, man. They were disrespecting Yahawashi, the King of the Jews. You know, oh, if you're the Son of God, why don't you come down from that cross? You know, all these different, not just the Romans, because the Romans, they're the devil, but you had our very own people, the ones that call themselves being spiritual and all this different shit, right? And don't call themselves knowing that they're Jews and all this different shit, right? The very same people who are supposed to be, believing in the Lord, they're the same ones that was talking shit, you know, preferring Barabbas over the Lord, running their mouths, throwing piss on the Lord, throwing all kind of feces and doing, just being disrespectful, man, just being a bunch of demons. All right. And did not the Lord bring judgment upon them? Of course he did. He put them in captivity, took their nationality away from them. All right. Did a whole lot of evil to them, man, as they deserve. I'm talking about the nation of Israel. All right, us. Okay. The Lord jacked us up, rightfully so. The Lord jacked us up, rightfully so, man. But that's what we deserve. That's what we deserve. And the Lord's not no respect of person. So the Lord's gonna bring about that judgment again soon. That's why the Lord's taking the spirit away from a lot of you individuals call yourselves Israelites, because you've offended the Lord's little ones. You've gone above and beyond to talk shit about the apostles. You know what I mean? Most of them guys that talk, all of them, damn near all of them, that come up against, the apostles, the brothers, they all end up in the fucking world. They all end up bugged out. They all end up destroyed. You know, they all end up in the gutter. Okay, they all end up in the gutter, man. They all end up fucked up, bad. They end up bad, man. Shit does not end up working out for them. Okay, as they say in the world, God don't like ugly. The Most High is not working with a demonic rebel. It says in Ezekiel 20:38, I believe, says, I will therefore purge out all the rebels. So the Lord's gonna purge out all the rebels amongst our people. Okay, so if you're coming up against the prophets, you're coming up against the Lord Himself. You are, because the prophets represent the Lord. That's like you coming up against a government official in this place, right? And here in America, if you go and commit a crime, a hate crime, or whatever kind of crime you stalking one of the government, they'll throw you in jail, because that guy is a government so-called official, right? So the prophets of the Lord would be considered government officials in the government of the new kingdom of heaven coming up real soon. They will be considered to have diplomatic immunity, if you will. Right? Look up the term diplomatic immunity. When they move across the borders, right? They have protections, special protections. All right, because they're functioning on behalf of the government. All right, simple concept to understand. In this case, we would be the ambassadors, representatives, man. So we will be the representatives of Yahawashi on the earth, not the fucking Pope, not Pope Francis, or one of the cardinal bishops that like touching kids. Not them. They're not the representatives of the Lord. All right, T.D. Jakes is not the representative of the Lord. Call it who is in me. General Yohana, he's not a representative of the Lord. The great Bishop Nate Nathaniel, he's not a representative of the Lord. Okay, he doesn't represent the Lord. He might know a couple of scriptures and he go back to the school, but a guy that sold out like Judas, would you say that Judas Iscariot was a man of the Lord? He was part of the 12, but he was found out to be of the wicked. So you have the scripture say many are called, but few are chosen. So you have individuals out there call themselves Israelites, but the vast majority of the ones that call themselves Israelites are not going to make it. Let's just call it what it is. Okay, most of them guys are involved in these reprobate groups. They're out there teaching false doctrines. It's up to the Lord who He's going to save and who He's going to deliver. But we can say with certainty that a guy like GOCC Bubble-Eyed Blackfish is not representing Yahawashi Mashai here on earth. He's not representing the Most High, His Son. If the Most High, His Son was here on the planet Earth, okay, they would not be in cahoots with what these guys are teaching. A dude like Adam Abbott, Naquan. These guys are not the representatives of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And here it is, you'll have some scoffer say, are you guys the representatives of? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. How about that? All right. Because somebody has to be doing the will of the Lord on earth. Somebody has to be given to understand. If you understand these scriptures, you have to understand that somebody on the earth today, in the year 2023, especially here in Babylon, America. The prophets will be scattered all over the place. You got some of the prophets that are in other countries teaching the word, but the bulk, the majority, are here in America. All right, they're here. They're here in Babylon. They have to be here. Okay, they're not going to be scattered some fucking where, and the, they're not going to be somewhere in the jungle. You know, swinging on a tree. No, they will be doing the work. Okay, they're the ones that you see out there on the highways and byways that you've seen for years, teaching the word. All right. Amos 3:7. Surely the Lord will do nothing, but he will reveal his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. All right. So they have to be here. If not, then the word, we might as well just throw it out because it doesn't mean it's not true, right? You know, it's not true. We might as well just go back to listening to the fucking devil, the white man, and believing in moon landing and believing in, Santa Claus and believing in white boy Christianity, because that's love. God is love, right? You know, and fuck it. You might as well just go and be a Mo, because nothing matters, right? Nothing matters, man. Just go and commit all kind of wickedness, abominations, and just do what you want to do, because that's basically the philosophy of Christianity. That's basically the philosophy of the so-called white man, the serpent. That's basically all they're about. You know, that's all they're about. That's what they're good for. That's what they're about. You know, shit. Okay, so this is a Sirach 16 and verse 11. It says, "If there be one stiff-necked amongst the people, it is a marvel if he escape unpunished. For mercy and wrath are with him, and he is mighty to forgive and to pour out his displeasure. As his mercy is great, so is his correction, and he judges the man according to his works." So the scripture saying Galatians 6:7, what you reap, that shall you also what you reap, what a man reapeth, that's what he's gonna sow, right? You doing wickedness, you're gonna get the recompense for that. They call it karma in the world. What you put out there in the world is what's gonna come back to you. Okay. Yeah, that's what you're gonna receive. You're gonna receive for what you've been putting out there into the world, man. That's what you're gonna receive back. All right. That's what you're gonna receive back. So all this evil that you niggas are doing, all this shit that y'all talking, running y'all mouths. All right. Because if there's something that Jake could do, is they could talk shit with the best of them. All right. They could talk shit, make up lies. You know, they're good at that. But to do good, they have no knowledge, no understanding of how to be good, of how to do good, how to be righteous. They have no understanding of that. Honor, integrity, values. Okay. Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7, it says, "Be not deceived. It says, the Most High is not mocked. Whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. Be not deceived. For whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap." So you running around disrespecting the prophets, like Vocab Malone, for instance. What the fuck is Vocab Malone gonna receive? He's gonna receive the damnation, man. That guy's gonna receive a lot of hell in the kingdom. First of all, he's an Edomite, He's gonna catch a whole lot of hell, These Sinetter, these groups, right? These different Sinetter and the conscious, so-called unconscious community, of the black unconscious community. These people in the church that do all these videos, these guys like Ricky Gantz and all these guys call themselves debunking the Israelite thing, Oh, that's wickedness, that's evil, that's that, that's this, that's that. All these guys gonna catch what they've been putting out there, man. All you other little bugged out Israelite groups, talking about we follow Alex Jones. Alex Jones taught us the truth, and you know what I mean. And we're conspiracy theorists and all this different shit, right? Because we believe that
The RFID microchip is the mark of the beast, right? Because we believe these kind of things, right? Now we're wicked, Now we're evil. Now we're some type of you know, you get ridiculed, you make fun of, you get disrespected for standing up for righteousness, you know. The women, the women are not the women are not respecting the who they should respect, you know. They're not. They're demons. 99% demons, witches, sorcerers, whores, just all over the spectrum. Okay, so that everyone is gonna catch what they've been putting out there, man. Is gonna come back to you and form a judgment from Yahweh Shema Shai. Not the universe. It wasn't the universe. It wasn't a chance coincidence why you got run over that day in the street, or why a cop pulled you over and shot you. It's not gonna be a coincidence. It's gonna be the judgment of Yahweh Shema Shai. When your daughter or your son dies in front of your eyes and gets mauled by a goddamn a FEMA troop or one of these Gurkha troops or whatever, UN troops, that's going to be judgment from Yahweh Shema Shai. When you don't have shit to eat, all right, after you've been running your mouth talking about the Bible and this and that, and I don't need a man, all this different shit. When you catch what you're going to catch, don't cry to Yahweh Shema Shai. Don't cry to us. Don't cry to you know to don't cry to Jesus, because nobody's going to hear you. Nobody's going to listen to you. Right now, the doors of mercy are open. You got the brothers. You got the channel. How many people watching the videos? How many people watching the videos? Let's be real. If you're lucky, you'll get a couple thousand videos if your channel has a lot of subscribers. If you're lucky, if you have a name amongst Israel. If you don't, ain't nobody watching your videos, man. Nobody's watching your videos like that. Well, Esau is probably messing with the views counts or whatever. But what I mean is that there's not 100,000 people watching your streams like you were Speed or somebody, man. Like you were an NBA basketball player, If fucking LeBron James opened a channel and he was talking about the Israelite thing, he would get millions and millions and millions of followers, man. If he was out there speaking the word, there would be lines of people in there, lines upon lines. They'll be around the block, they'll be around the city, man. They'll be like, oh, he's here and he's saying that we're Israelites. It must be true. This is why the Lord didn't set these guys up like that, man. These powerful, mighty guys, because then the truth would be of none effect. Everybody would listen to it if it was some fancy suit and tie millionaire nigga talking. But because it's us, oh man, you guys ain't nothing. You guys ain't shit. Well, the Lord is going to reveal his power through men that ain't shit in this world. Because we ain't shit. We're not doctors. We're not lawyers. We're not motherfucking business owners or entrepreneurs, Fortune 500 individuals. We're not them. We're not those kind of guys. But we're superior to them because what? The Lord chose from the foundation of the world. Because the Lord gave us a spirit. The scripture says it's an easy thing in the sight of the Most High to make a poor man rich. Right? The prophets of the Lord are above kings. They're above princes. They're above presidents. Okay, they're above all them. Right? Because who is the top man? The man who the Lord is dealing with. That's the top men. All right. So, anyways, Galatians chapter 6 and verse 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the spirit shall of the spirit reap life everlasting. So if you're sowing to the flesh, meaning you're being a nigga, you're being a demon, all right, you're being an asshole, you're being disrespectful to the word, you have no faith, you know what I'm saying? The scriptures say every idle word that a man shall speak, he shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. All right, every idle word, man. The Lord, the angels, they're recording things, man. All right, everything's being put down on the ledger, man. Everything's being recorded. Everything's being put everything's being put on the record, so that when the Lord comes and judges you, you don't have no excuse. Oh, I didn't say that. Oh, I don't remember saying that. I don't remember doing this. I don't know. Oh, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. No, you can't do that, because the Lord's gonna have the record. The Lord's gonna have the evidence, man. All right. Like when you go to court, right? You need evidence to convict somebody. The Lord's gonna have the evidence. You did this. You said that. You. Not that he needs it. He could just destroy you, just because he's the Most High. He created you. If I create a sandcastle on the beach, do I need to ask somebody for permission to tear that thing down? I don't have to ask you for no permission. Oh, can I do this? I'm the one that created it, man. You know. So why do I have to ask somebody else for permission on what I'm on something that I created? All right. So that's Yahweh Bashem Shai. He doesn't need to ask you for permission. You need him. He doesn't need you. Yahweh Bashem Shai don't need none of us. He don't need you. He don't need your mama. He don't need your sister. Okay. He don't need your auntie, your granny. He don't need none of us, man. We're at the mercy of Yahweh Bashem Shai. What Yahweh Bashem Shai dictates, we do, not the other way around. You don't get to fucking decide your own life. I mean, my best life. Well, you're gonna lead yourself to death. You're gonna lead yourself to destruction and a lot of pain, man, for being rebellious. We know what Samuel told Saul, man. 1 Samuel 15:23 said, rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft, man. Rebellion is a sin of witchcraft. Rebellion is a sin of witchcraft, man. You're a witch, and the judgment for a witch is to be put to death, right? To be burnt at the stake, like Joan of Arc. Burn at the stake, man, like a fucking witch. You know, Joan of Arc, a so-called historical figure, the bitch was burned at the stake, man. Because ain't no woman gonna come up and usurp authority over the man, like that. All right, especially not no real men like they were back then. You know, but the only reason why you women are usurping authority right now, it says in Jeremiah 31:22, right? A woman shall compass a man, is because the white man's ruling and he's allowed you to have too much freedom. Pretty soon, all that shit's gonna go out the window, and you're gonna submit to the rule of the man, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, you're gonna submit, and you're gonna do so happily because your life is gonna depend upon it. All right. A lot of you fucking Israelite women out there, you got too much mouth, you got too much freedom, you got too much simps, you rely on a so-called white man for your protection, for your food, for your raiment, for all that shit, and that devil, he's gonna pull that rug up under your feet. The devil's gonna pull that wool up over your eyes and show you that he doesn't give a fuck about you, man. He only ever used you as a tool to destroy your own men. The so-called white man does not give no goddamn about no Israelite, no black woman. He doesn't give a shit about no black woman. I'm talking about the real Edomites, man, especially the elites. He don't give a good goddamn about the Israelite woman. We actually care about the Israelite woman, even though we come off as aggressive and angry, or anytime a man speaks some truth like Kevin Samuels did, oh, now he's evil, he's misogynist and all that. We ain't nothing compared to the so-called white man and the devil. We're just trying to get you right. We're just trying to help you get them demons up off of you. We're just trying to get you to consider the truth and to be a woman again, not to be a fucking fire-breathing demonic entity, man. A fucking demon. The only one that you're hurting is yourself. You hurt us for a little while, but at the end of the day, you're the ones that are going to end up by yourselves. You're the one that's going to end up fat, bald-headed, with nothing, all right, with a bunch of kids, miserable, and get passed around like a fucking hors d'oeuvre dish. That's what's really going to happen. We could go and deal with any women of the nation and bring back our seed. We could go and deal with the white woman, the black woman, the Chinese, the Filipino, Ham, Japhet, whatever, man. There's beautiful women in all nations, man. Beautiful. And our seed is still going to be that of an Israelite. When you get with that woman, you lay down with her, that seed that comes forth out of that child is going to be an Israelite, man. But you women, you can't say the same. You lay with a devil, that's the seed of the devil. You lay with an East Indian, that's a goddamn Elamite, man. That's what it is. That's an Elamite. That's not one of the children of the Most High God, even though you pushed them out. That's a bastard right there. That shit, that little nigga got nothing to do with us. All right, he's not one of the Lord's. He's not one of the Lord's people, even though he may look like it because of you. All right. So it says it's Iraq 16 and verse 13 says, the sinner shall not escape with his spoils, and the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated. Yeah. The patience of the godly shall not be frustrated. So right now we have to endure a lot of patience. We have to get disrespected. We have to take L's, you know. We have to kind of maneuver in this world, you know. You have to lose in order to gain. Okay. So it says, make way for every work of mercy, for every man shall find according to his works. Every man shall find according to his works. So every single one of you fucking clowns out there that's running your mouth talking shit, the Lord's gonna judge you, man. Especially you fucking women, man. Especially you women. All right. Because you are demonic, most of you, man. Okay. And then let me say this too: you that get with brothers, man, that know about this truth. You're the worst. You're the worst kind of women out there, man. Because you know about this truth. You know about you being an Israelite. You know about all this, and and you still go and do evil. You still go and do the damnedest things, man. You're gonna catch it the worst, man. You the ones that come into this truth and know you're Israel, because now you are really in the truth. But you that find out, and then the Lord may even send you one of their men, you know, and you do that man dirty, or you fumble that guy, you know, he's saying uh, the Lord is gonna destroy you, and He's gonna do it in a harsh fashion, man. All right, He's gonna do it in a harsh fashion, man, because the scriptures say that a wife with discretion fatten the bones, but a wicked woman, she what does she do? She destroys. She destroys a man, man. She destroys a man. She'll destroy her man. It says Sirach 26 and verse 13. The grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones. You see? Okay. That speaks for itself. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed, man. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind cannot be valued. All right. So there you have it, man. There you have it. All the enemies of the Lord gonna catch their judgment, man. They're gonna catch a whole lot of hell, man. It says Matthew 22 verse 42, and saying, what think ye of Yahawashi, whose son is he? They say unto him, the son of David. He saith unto them, how then doth David in spirit call him Lord, saying, the Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand till I make thy enemies thy footstool. David was calling the Lord Yahawashi his son. He was calling him Lord because he understood who that was. All right. Spirit, the Lord opened his eyes, says verse 45. If David then call him Lord, how is he his son? And no man was able to answer him a word, neither durst any man from that day forth ask him any more questions. All right. So the point I wanted to grab out of that is the Lord said he's gonna make thy enemies thy footstool, man. And he said that to David, you know. So it's not the house of David gonna receive the sure mercies of David. They're gonna receive what David receives. All right, because they're his house. Mm. Isaiah chapter 66, which I'll probably wrap up with this. Isaiah 66 and verse 5. Hear the word of the Lord, ye that tremble at his word. Your brethren that hated you, that cast you out for my name's sake, said, let the Lord be glorified. They shall appear to your joy, and they shall be ashamed. Oof. He shall appear to your joy, but they shall be ashamed. A voice of a noise from the city, a voice from the temple, a voice of the Lord that rendereth recompense to his enemies. Before she travailed, she brought forth before her. Okay, let me read verse 6 again. A voice of noise from a city, a voice from the temple, a voice of the Lord that rendereth recompense to his enemies. Before she travailed, she brought forth. Before her pain came, she was delivered of a man child. Who hath heard such things? Who has seen such things? Shall the earth be made to bring forth in one day, or shall a nation be born at once? For as soon as Zion travailed, she brought forth her children. Says, okay, so the verse 6, the point, right? The Lord is going to render recompense to his enemies, right? Which the Lord's enemies are, our enemies are the Lord's enemies, and his enemies are our Lord. Our enemies are the Lord's enemies, and the Lord's enemies are our enemies, man. Okay, because we're all one. Matthew 10 and Matthew 10 and verse 28. It says, "My sheep hear me, and they hear my." John 10 and 28. It says, "My sheep hear me, and hear my voice, and they follow." You know, and the Lord said, "I pray for them. I pray not for the world." So you got to go and read John the 17th chapter all the way down. You know, it's going to tell you the rundown. It's going to give you the rundown on how on that statement I just made. Okay, because as the Lord and His Son are one, we are one with the Lord because He gave us of His mind. 1 Corinthians 2 and 16. But when the Lord returns on the planet Earth and actually we become one big family again, you know, and He's with us, and you know everything's perfect. You know, then we'll be officially able to say that we're in a new covenant, and that, you know, the Lord has wiped away all tears, and that we are one once again as we were in the beginning. Okay. So it says, verse 9, shall I bring to birth and not cause to bring forth, saith the Lord? Shall I cause to bring forth and shut the womb, saith the Lord God? Rejoice ye with Jerusalem, and be glad with her, all ye that love her. Rejoice for joy with her, all ye that mourn for her. That ye may suck and be satisfied with the breasts of her consolation. That ye may milk out and be delighted with the abundance of her glory. For thus saith the Lord, behold, I will extend peace to her like a river, and the glory of the Gentiles like a flowing stream. Then shall you suck, and ye shall be borne upon her sides, and be dandled upon her knees, as one whom his father comforted. So will I comfort you, and ye shall be comforted in Jerusalem. And when ye see this, your heart shall rejoice, and your bones shall flourish like a herb. And the hand of the Lord shall be known towards his servants, and his indignation towards his enemies. Oof. The hand of the Lord shall be known to his servants, man, because the Lord's going to do you good. But his indignation shall be towards his enemies, man. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. It says, they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh and abominations, and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord. For I know their works and their thoughts, and it shall come that I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory. And I will set a sign among them, and I will send those that escape of them unto the nations, to Tarshish, to Pul, to Lud, that draw the bow, to Tubal and Javan, to the isles afar off, that have not heard my fame, neither have seen my glory, and they shall declare my glory among the Gentiles. And they shall bring all your brethren for an offering unto the Lord out of all nations, upon horses and chariots and litters, upon mules and upon swift beasts, to my holy mountain. Jerusalem, saith the Lord, as the children of Israel bring an offering in a clean vessel into the house of the Lord. And also I will take out of them for priests and for Levites, saith the Lord. Because the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, saith the Lord. So shall your seed and your name remain. Because when you read Psalms, the 82nd chapter, these fucking devils try to make sure that the name of Israel was no longer in remembrance. All right. But the name of Israel is going to be once more again on the planet Earth. Right. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord. And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that shall transgress against me. For their worm shall not die, neither shall their fire be quenched, and they shall be an abhorrent unto all flesh. All right, and that's the prophecies, man. That's the prophecies, man. So, hey, Lord willing, is edifying to you. Just that be of the elect, called like Yahweh, by Hashem, Abshai, by Hashem. Or Kakodash, step on to the process, great millstone, peace and mercy to the elect. Shalom for now.